Okay, let's go. Happy Monday. This is a video for the Softears RSV 2 or RSV 52. I gotta really take a look. This is a very good set. Go ahead and comment below this video if you're a subscriber, or go ahead and subscribe and then comment below. And give the video a thumbs up or hit the like button and smash that hype button. Still don't know what it does. Doesn't look like it impacted views at all. Might have been the opposite, but let's go for it anyway. Hit the hype button, hit the like button, and subscribe if you're not, because I'm going to give this $700 set to somebody that comments below this video. Get in contact with me because you got Odyssey 2 coming to you. I'm going to announce this on the main channel as well because people are just getting too confused of what to do. Though I'll continue to announce it over there and also look for comments on both channels because I'd like to grow that. This is a set. Let's go ahead and take a look at the frequency response graph. This is very interesting for that. This is the RSV 52 in yellow, the original RSV 5, and the Let's Share Mystic 8. And you can see that these have three different, from about 210 hertz roughly. Very different. Three different kinds of bass, which is a famous audio track for bass heads. Three kinds of bass, yeah. And that's what this is doing. And it is this is a good example of a second version done well, because it's essentially the same set with one very clear, very different tuning adjustment, which is a lot of bass. The Odyssey 2 was very slight in a couple different areas. The bigger appeal for that, which this guy right here, Bernie Sanders one, was that it's in a metal shell for essentially the same price, and it's a much better build quality. It's more durable. I think it affects the sonics. So you were getting almost the same thing like the Crescent, so I thought that was a good deal. This is more of a true adjustment to the tuning without departing from what it really is. They did a really good job for this. If you're not going to stick around for a long time and watch it, I think I'm going to make this probably my highest rec in its price point over the Mystic 8 because it's more matching to my library. They did a really good job. The drivers on the inside, I believe they're starting to talk about. The RSV original was one of the examples of it that doesn't really make a difference. It's more about the RMAs, disclosure, and the fact that companies are using drivers that are not really clear with $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 sets. I just think that's ridiculous. As you go up the scale, you really ought to be more transparent and let people know why they're paying a lot of money. That's where that war path kind of originally came from. Wasn't really for this set. Was a big fan of the original. I'm a bigger fan of this one. Let's go ahead and get right into the music bass, because the 808 drops in this, like what I'm listening to right now, sound powerful and potent. They've got energy. Kendrick Lamar, Wu-Tang, Public Enemy, Tribe Called Quest, Outkast, all of the stuff that I listened to sounded good off the 808 Roland type drops or 808s. As we get into the bass guitar, 4 and 5 strings, the pulls, the plucks, the release, the ringing of the strings, I thought it all sounded good. There's nothing really getting in the way, because the actual pinch point for the bass, mid bass, is coming in at really before 250 hertz. It's very sensitive, as we know from mid-bass tucks and non-mid-bass tucks, how much of a difference that can make. They did this very well. It's not really getting into in the way of things. The bottom kick drum, which is from Led Zeppelin's 4th album, which is very potent and powerful and is very similar to the 808 drops, and they'll in the same tuning, they'll both either sound good or they'll both sound a little bit neutered, or lacking maybe authentic energy that I would expect having listened to the track thousands and thousands of times. Backseat Freestyle's coming on right now. That track sounded excellent on this set. So the low frequency sounds good. This is kind of like if I had done a collab with Softears, which absolutely scares the hell out of a lot of people right now. Like, oh no, don't touch that company. They wouldn't anyway, but if I was involved, you can look at that and say, yeah, that looks like that's what he would slap his thing on. And I would actually, but I'm not really doing collabs right now. This fits my library very well, which is hip-hop dominated, classic rock, up to Nirvana, Alice in Chains and stuff, Soundgarden, stuff like that. Not a lot of recent music do I listen to, so music is a context. You should be aware of what people are listening to when they're talking about how something sounds bright or warm or dark or etc. Context is the music. So what is the music? Listening to vocals, Nina doing the cover of Blondie, Chris Cornell, Lane Staley, amongst others. I thought that this sounded really good. One of the others would be Mark Knopfler doing Sultans of Swing, Dire Straits. I thought the bass line sounded brilliant. I was listening to his vocals, which can sound kind of warmed up with that bass line if I want to get more. On the bass line, it brings him up as well. I thought that this did it perfect. The bass sounded very potent and present and stepped out when it was supposed to. Mark didn't sound overly soupy or warm or unnatural to me, so I thought this nailed that. So vocals sound great. As we get into the overtones, we're really talking about a tuning that's very similar to the original RSV 5, and it's very similar to the Mystic 8 as well. It's not overly boosted, but it's not dark either. It's a very nice set that I could consider to be a sofa set, which means you could listen to it for as long as you want. It gives back authentic replay of the harmonics of cymbals, rides or crashes, guitars, electric or acoustic with or without distortion pedals, with fingers or picks, keyboards, pianos, those moments that create the energy that you hear. 80 to 90% of it is overtones, harmonics. Sound good, sound natural, don't sound overly splashy or energetic or hit my sensitive spot, which varies depending on what I'm listening to. I think this nails it all very well. It's a very good set. It gets the rec. The company gets the rec as well. I wasn't very sweet on the Volume S. It had some QC issues. I was vocal about that. One of the worst things that can happen to you as a consumer is that a company starts to get really controlling about who they send stuff to, and you get messages that are almost predictable. It's like the worst thing in the hobby, and Softears didn't partake in that. They're letting me put in my 2 cents and everybody else, and when companies do that, you can get the full picture. Not everybody's going to like everything, but if you understand why somebody doesn't like something, then you're learning. You can look at my library and predict that certain tunings are not going to match me. Something like the Blessing 2 or stuff like that that sounds a little too bright and a little too light in the low end. You know that because of my prior reviews. That's what the whole point of talking about the library. The only way that that can get damaged is if the companies try to shut you down, because they also know that you might not say good stuff. So information is everything, and as long as companies don't get in the way of that, it's all good. And Softears isn't doing that at all, so I got to give a shout out to them, because there's a lot of companies that don't behave like this. Unfortunately, they want to hear good things and they want you to hear good things. Makes sense. It's business, it's money, they're here for profit, but having enough confidence in what you release and having some faith in reviewers that they're not going to start dropping F-bombs like I used to do, and articulate why they don't like something. Let opinion givers give the opinions. And this opinion giver thinks that this is probably as good as you can get in its price range. And somebody who comments below this video, hit the like button please, subscribe, hit the subscribe button, and smash that hype button. Have no idea what it does, but hit that, and I will announce in this video and pin it who the person that scored it is, and also announce it in the unboxing channel. So thank you guys for your support. Softears, thank you for being a good company, which is actually a big deal, and good luck to somebody, because they're all scores. The guy that he scored, this is another level of scoring. This is quite a score, so good luck to you guys, and I am out.